put that in your pocket. And then, yep. That's good. I like it when people know what they're doing.
Well, throughout this little thing I've been doing the real thing behind me, we've been blessed to make a lot of positive change.
That's good.
But what we heard last night was ridiculous.
Just 1 second.
Yeah. There we go. You want the LSU in the background? I'll just move right over here. You can take a step closer to me. Focus. Red light's on, we're recording. All right, first, sir, if you could say and spell your first and last name for me.
Robert Thomas Jr., R-O-B-E-R-T, T-H-O-M-A-S, Jr., J-R.
So tell me a little bit about what happened last night.
Well, we know that the New Year celebration, includes a lot of fireworks, but most of the fireworks that took place last night were not fireworks. They were actually gunshots. And I did the video that I did to show people the dangers of what we can expect. Everybody's, talking about how bad 2020 was, but if you listen to all the gunshots and all the people that have guns on the streets right now, it lets us know that 2020 has the potential to be even worse than 2021 has the potential to be worse than 2020. So I just, was concerned with all the amounts of gunshots, the carelessness of people shooting guns in the air and not paying attention that the bullets have to come back down somewhere.
So, seeing some of those videos, it sounded incredibly close. Could you see anybody?
I wasn't trying to look at or put anybody on camera because, there is a certain code that of streets. And I was not trying to put anybody in particular on glass, but a lot of that stuff was happening right on this street. The next street over there. So it was real close.
Yeah. So is this something, you called this section on the video, you called it the most dangerous part of Shreveport. Why is that?
Because you gotta realize, back that way is Hollywood. Back that way is Moortown, Sunset. This is Werner Park, and you have Ingleside right up the street in Queensboro. And when you look at the statistics, this is where most of your killings are taking place. Granted that killings take place throughout the city of Shreveport, but in particular, this area of Shreveport has the most murders or gun violence, robberies and stuff like that. We just had a murder, about a week and a half ago. A good friend of mine was actually the perpetrator. So this is one of the most violent areas in the city if you look at statistics.
So what can we do about it? How do we make the change?
People have to stop being silent. We have these things called a neighborhood watch, but it seems like right now everybody's just watching all the criminality and the crime and the violence go down, and nobody's willing to say nothing. And you can't blame them because a lot of times people are distrustful to give information to the police, but at the same time, at what point do you step up and stand up in your neighborhood to make your neighborhood a better place? If you know one person is causing all the chaos on your block, and there's 50 of you all on your block, why don't 40 of you all get together and tell that one person no more? It's only going to change until we make it change. We can't expect the city council, we can't expect the mayor, we can't expect the police to change things in our neighborhood that we see go on every day. If we see it going on, what part do we play in allowing it to continue to perpetuate any further?
So what is something that you hope happens going forward?
Excuse me?
What do you hope happens then? How do we do that?
I'm hoping that, to be honest, and it might sound far-fetched, but I'm hoping that some of the people that were doing all this shooting last night see that video and realize that they are part of the problem. Because if you were out here shooting your gun last night at midnight, well, really it started about 4 o'clock yesterday evening. And
right, you had another video, yeah.
Yeah, continued up until midnight. And I'm hoping that, if nothing else, that they can see that they're part of the problem. Because if you're willing to violate the law just to celebrate New Year's by shooting your gun up in the air, that means when it comes down to it, you're in a position where you really don't care. You know, so I'm hoping that, you know, that the people who are actually responsible, the people who have these guns, use these guns responsibly. To be honest, guns don't kill people. It's the people with the guns who are doing the killing. So I'm hoping that they see the error of their way. And my job is to try to bring that to the forefront so that maybe, if nothing else, I can embarrass them into trying to make a change.
Now, the videos have been seen hundreds, if not thousands of times. Did that surprise you at all?
Yes, it was, because me being somebody who has a former background in the streets, you know, there's a street code. And a lot of people would take it as, you know, from the streets would take it as, man, why are you sharing this video? Why are you doing this? But I'm like, why are you doing the shooting? So I was expecting actually maybe 50 to 100, 200, 300 people to see it, but it was shocking when I woke up this morning and seen almost 2,000 people, and right now it's almost at 3,000 people and constantly being shared. So yeah, it surprised me that this video is going viral, but at the same time it doesn't surprise me because people are getting tired of being held hostage in their home. Think about it, is we have neighborhoods of 500 people being held hostage by 1 or 2 people with guns.
It sounded like I don't know guns, but you said there were AK-47s going up. Where do they get these guns? No? Okay.
Your police, your government agency. I mean, you got to realize, black people don't manufacture guns. So, and a lot of us are convicted felons, so we can't buy guns. The guns are coming in here some way. So these guns are being provided to the community, you know, as a way to facilitate the drug trade or other criminal activities. So that might sound far-fetched and like not a reality to the average person, but to anybody that knows, these cats that were doing all this shooting, they're not going to get their guns from Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods. They're getting their guns from somewhere. And if you look at Operation Fast and Furious, how your government basically was selling guns, giving guns to the Mexican drug cartel, it's not far-fetched to believe that they put guns into our neighborhood.
I noticed we're recording this on your end. Is there anything else that you'd like us to know at KTBS?
Well, no, not really. I just thank you all for looking at the video and acknowledging it. Basically, only thing I would ask for you all is to help those of us who are on the grassroots efforts to try to get out there and bring more attention to what the grassroots community is doing here in the city of Shreveport, as far as trying to take pride in our neighborhood and take our streets back from the people who would see death, chaos, and destruction prevail.
So you're proud to live in Shreveport?
Yes, yes. I've been on quite a few places in the world, but there's no place like home. And for me, there's no place like Shreveport. I'm the kind of person that feels like that if I leave Shreveport, you know, I love Shreveport so much that I want to try to make it better. But if I leave Shreveport, then who's going to step up in my place and try to make it better? So that's one of the reasons why I'm still here. But at the same time, I had to send my son to Ohio because of the chaos that's going on here in Shreveport. So yeah, I love Shreveport. I want to see Shreveport be reach its potential. But right now, it never will, because one message that I would like to say is that how can we expect any businesses, how can we expect any economic progress when no business is going to come here with all this violence, with all this chaos and destruction? So until we end chaos and destruction, we can continue to expect a decline in Shreveport.
Now, we put a call into police, and they said despite all the gunfire, they didn't hear any reports of anyone actually being injured. Do you have a response to that?
I mean, we can't say that nobody was injured directly because of the gunfire, but there are reports of people getting shot last night. Now, we don't know if they got shot, in a confrontation, or if one of the bullets that went up coming back down injured them. So that's another thing that I alluded to in the video. When you shoot these bullets up in the air, it's not like they're going into outer space and just going to float off. They got to come back down. So even though there might not be any official reports of people being injured, who knows that one or two of the people that got injured from a gunshot wound last night did not get injured from a bullet falling from the sky. Well, matter of fact, I just talked to a lady a moment ago, and she was at work, and a bullet fell through the roof of her job.
So you mentioned grassroots efforts. What can be done?
More and more people taking pride in their community and getting fed up to the point where they're saying, well, we're willing to stand up and step up so that our grandmothers can sit on their front porch, so that our kids can play in their front yard without the fear of somebody down the street doing a drive-by or a shooting indiscriminately, killing somebody up here. So what we need is more people to stop being afraid. We also need the police department to be more accountable so that people will not be afraid to come and report these things. We live in a culture of death, chaos, mayhem, destruction. But, there are plenty of good people. I would say for every block in the city of Shreveport, there's only one person causing all the chaos. And if you live on that block and it's 50 of you all who are trying to be caring and concerned citizens, the 50 of you all need to get together and not be afraid of that one person.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. One more thing. Do we have permission to use your videos? We'll put a credit that Robert.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of cussing in there.
I know.
There might be a lot of bleeps in there.
We can bleep that out. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But yeah, you all have permission.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I think that's about it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Turn that off. Alrighty, we stopped recording. You can keep cussing.
I wasn't planning on doing a lot of cussing.
No.
You keep with the natural flow of things that were going. I keep it real. My news source is the real news behind the news. So I'm not one who's bound by what you all FCC rules and all that.
Unfortunately, yeah, I would love to cuss on there.
A little alcohol also.
Well, yeah, it's New Year's Eve. Why not?
Yeah, but
thank you very much, sir.
It was crazy. And again, I did the video not trying to go viral, because again, I think that it was going to be one of those videos that I do where it'd be unpopular, but it turns out that there's a lot of people that really are concerned. And if you are concerned, at what point do you step up and stand up and help make a change?
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'll get out of your hair.
Watch yourself. Again, you got laying dog mags around here. But I actually thank you all. So you all actually saw the video.
Yes. Yep. I mean, it's gaining traction all over.
Yeah, but maybe I'm not saying that one video is going to change, but maybe that video can put the spotlight on what's really going on, because again, there's no way in the world you can expect 2021 to be better than 2020 when you see all the guns that's on the street. And again, most of these people that shooting these guns do not own them legally.
Yeah.
So we have to start as a community doing whatever we can, putting the spotlight on those people who would try to perpetuate the destruction of our community.
Do you mind if I just get a couple of shots?
No,
Here,
go ahead.
I don't want to get anything identifying, and I don't want to get anyone in trouble. So.
Go ahead. Quiet, little boy. Quiet, big boy. Quiet, big boy. What? I know. Dad gonna bring y'all in the house. I'm gonna bring y'all in the house shortly. Sit. Handsome. Sit. Sit, boy. You little big boy. Dad gonna come get y'all in a minute. Oh, yeah.